Hello dear friends, welcome to this channel. I'm so glad you are here today. Today we will read a story about a widow who lost her bakery in a fire. So let's listen to the story. Before we start, I invite you to hit the like button and subscribe so you won't miss any new stories. Let's dive right in. Her name was Marta, though most in the village simply called her grandmother Baker. For decades, her ovens glowed warm against the winter winds. Her loaves fed travelers, neighbors, and her own grandchildren who lived with her after their parents passed. They were all she had left, those two little ones, and the thought of losing them spurred her on through the aches in her bones and the weariness in her heart. Each loaf was a prayer, a wish that life would be kind to these innocent children, that they would grow up healthy and happy. The bread gave her purpose, a rhythm to her days, flour on her hands, dough on her skirts. The slap of dough against the counter, the whoosh of the opening oven, the rising of loaves in the morning warmth, all of it was a song she knew by heart. It was her life. But one night the flames that had always been her friend turned against her. A spark leapt from the woodpile. By morning, Martha's bakery was nothing but charred beams and smoking rubble. Her ovens, the heart of her craft, her livelihood, her hope, were gone. With them went the bread, and with the bread went the future. Her grandchildren tugged at her skirts. "Grandma, when will the bread come back?" Marta had no answer. She knelt beside them, hugging them close, her own tears mingling with the crumbs that fell from their mouths. Then hunger sat at their table, an unwelcome guest that never left. Days grew colder. Marta's pantry, once brimming with flour, dried fruit and honey, was bare. Laughter faded from her home, replaced by the gnawing quiet of empty stomachs. She tried to knead dough by hand, but without ovens her efforts ended in cold, sticky lumps. Her children cried. Coins grew few. Milk became scarce. Her hands, once strong and sure, trembled with cold as she tried to comfort the little ones. Marta paced the rooms of her home past the rocking horse. Her husband had made for his unborn grandchild past the cradle, where both her children had slept past the hearth, where their laughter used to dance in the air. The walls seemed to shrink, pressing in on her, smothering her with memories that brought fresh waves of grief. In her desperation, she sold her most precious heirloom, a wooden rolling pin carved by her husband before he died. She wept as she placed it into the merchant's hands, trading memory for a single jug of milk. Night fell, long and dark. Marta sat by the ruins of her bakery, staring at the blackened stones. Rain dripped around her, drumming a mournful beat on the baked clay. "Curse the spark that took everything," she whispered. "Curse this fate that leaves children hungry." The joy of baking, the warmth of ovens, the laughter of her customers all felt like ghosts, whispering echoes of a life that was. She wondered if she, too, was fading into ash. Then one morning a scent drifted through the marketplace, spices and dough, unfamiliar yet comforting. Marta followed it to a small pop-up stand where a migrant family sold flatbreads from their homeland, cooked over simple stones and fire. Their bread was plain, yet people lined up eagerly. The family noticed Marta watching. The mother smiled gently and said, "Come, sit with us, share our recipe." At first, Marta shook her head, but her grandchildren tugged her sleeves. "Please, Grandma, try." So she did. Her hands, though trembling, remembered the rhythm of kneading. Together, they shaped dough, pressed it flat, and laid it over stones heated by flame. For the first time since the fire, Martha smelled bread rising again. Hope stirred within her, fragile as a new shoot pushing through hardened ground. Days passed. Neighbors donated coins, bricks, even old tools. Slowly, a new oven was built, not by Martha's hands alone, but by many hands working together. When the first loaves came out of the new oven, the village gathered. Martha's bread now mixed with recipes from her new friends, herbs, spices, shapes the town had never seen. It was not the same bread as before. It was richer, fuller, carrying the flavor of shared survival. Martha looked at her grandchildren, their mouths full, their eyes bright, and whispered, "See, bread has returned, not from me alone, but from all of us." Friends, what is the main idea of the story? How did the main character feel at the beginning of the story? Did she give up? What did she do instead? How did the villagers help her? What did Martha's bread symbolize? Why do you think the author included this detail in the story? What is the lesson of the story? If you like the story, then please like this video and share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe because every week we publish new stories for you. Thanks for watching. See you soon.